my little sensitive boy. My name is Werner Puchert, and this is a Saturday edition of Finding Frequency. Okay, so the house is quiet again. I'm here on my own, again. It seems like a recurring theme. I'm kind of planning it out like that. It's my little moments of recharge. But then again, Martha's out on the mission, and I think that's perhaps, but not necessarily in this case, her moments of recharge. We start the morning off nicely together as a family. Francie is, again, showing signs of getting something, and Martha is pumping him full of vitamins, which seems to be helping. Energy is definitely there. And we have his little friend over, Alex. So they are having a whale of a time playing, and they have now left the house with the little stinky fat dog and gone out for a spatzer. Spatzer is a walk. And I think they're going to the local community play park. There's this little small play park just around the corner from us. The weather is great. I actually walked out on the balcony today with a t-shirt on and made it for about 15 minutes. I could have stayed out longer. I just wanted to go sit down. So I joked with Martha and said, it definitely feels like summer. She corrected me. Spring. I wouldn't say it's springtime yet, but peering out the window, it definitely doesn't look like winter anymore. And the snow is now gone. There is nothing left. Just mud and mess. And we need to clean up Poland a little bit. Also, my friend Terry sent me a message a little bit earlier that a Polish tennis player just won a tournament in Australia, if I'm not mistaken. I didn't even know this player. And I have a friend in the States to tell me that this person won. So I'm going to have to check in with Martha when she's back. I don't think she knows either. And this is great. This is great news. I think it's something that we need over here. It's a little bit of victory, a little bit of celebration. Also, a little bit of an update on the pandemic from a Polish perspective is that they are now enforcing, Martha informed me this morning that so initially, and perhaps it's still the same in your country, you can wear any kind of covering over your face, be it a scarf, these kind of buff things that are like a circular thing that you pull over your head like a tube. All these kind of things. That was kind of go-to for all of us here in Poland. But as Marta pointed out, she went to the shop the other day and there was a elderly man in the actual convenience store with what looked like a mosquito net on his face. And I've seen some of that around. Also, the nose is peering over the top. And they are now tightening the restrictions. We heard a rumor that they were going to enforce that everybody wears medical kind of surgical masks, probably not the N95s, more like the classic blue surgical kind of vibe. But there is now enforcement that you have to wear a proper mask. So that's going to be interesting to see how they're going to enforce that, because there is a bit of laxness around. But especially in France's kindergarten, it's crazy. Parents my age, even younger, walking around, coming in and out. I don't know what they're thinking. But anyway, let me not go down there. And also, I forgot to tell you this story earlier the week about my son. So I'm not a huge fan of this group. It's called Daft Punk. I don't know how to describe their style of music. I never bothered with them. But this group kind of... they dress up like robots. They have these kind of robotic helmets on their heads when they perform. And you will recognize it. I think if you have to see the Daft Punk band or group, you'll see these two individuals with these masks on or these helmets on. And they, earlier the week, quite surprisingly announced, because they've been around, I know that at least, that they are now parting ways. They're splitting up. And in the splitting up of the band, they created a video. And you see these two robots or androids walking in a desert, and then the one stops, and kind of this whole scenario plays out where he turns his back to his friend, and there's a button. And the one android pushes the button, and then the one who had his button pushed walks off into the sunset and then explodes. Kaboom! There is the android kaput, gone. So, it's well produced and well put together, to be honest. And then the other one continues on the journey into the sunset. So that's kind of their announcement video. Now, I watched this thing play out because it was all on some of the main news channels. They linked to this video. So I was watching it sitting here in bed, and Francie was next to me, and he watched it with me. And what was really strange, after the android blew up, the other one, it wasn't bloody or violent or whatever. It's just they really played it out. Blowing up is not a good thing anyway, but Francie watched this, and he was really upset about it. He was really sad about this android. I had to explain to him, he was fine afterwards, that it was just a story, and I showed him some of their other videos just to let him know that there's nothing wrong. But it was interesting to see that that little storyline, the way that they played it out, the story that they told, actually touched him so much. He was crying a little bit about this individual that now departed. So it's strange. I don't think he understands the concept of death yet, but he did understand that this one was going away, and like his friend is now alone, and that made him feel uncomfortable and upset. So I think I might have a little bit of a sensitive soul in the house, which is good. We need more of them. So I am about to go off and make some coffee. I hope you're brewing up something nice for yourself and having a most excellent weekend. I have one or two things up my sleeve, but maybe I'll talk about that tomorrow. Thanks for listening.